Hi guys, welcome back to my channel, Ticking Together. As always, the goal of this channel is to provide education about and to raise awareness as to what it's like living with Tourette syndrome. So, you have tics. Now what? Today's video is going to be a guide for those of you out there who are watching this who have recently developed tics or who have recently been diagnosed with Tourette syndrome or who just are basically new to the world of tics. And this is going to be just kind of a basic introduction to what to do when you first start developing tics, because it can be really challenging sometimes. So I really hope this guide here in this video will help you, fellow ticker out there, to fully embrace yourself and learn to live with your tics a little bit better. So without further ado, let's get into the tips. Let's start off with the basics, like the basics. What is a tic? So, to sum it up in a very simple way to understand, tics are basically repetitive, sudden, involuntary movements, sounds, or thoughts that an individual just can't control. These tics can be anything from blinking your eyes really hard, to scrunching your nose, to jerking your arms, to saying different phrases or words, to barking, to clearing your throat. Really, any thought, movement, or sound your body can produce, that can be a tic. The list truly is endless. These tics, like I said, are involuntary most of the time, so that means you can't control them, you can't prevent them from coming, and you're not really the one doing them. It's more of your brain is like, hey, let's do this movement, and you're like, what? So the main point to understand here is that these movements, sounds, and thoughts cannot be controlled by the individual experiencing them, aka you if you're watching this with new tics. So, as I said, I heard you guys are experiencing tics, and I just kind of want to tell you about how to go about dealing with them at the beginning of your journey, how to live with it, how to first deal with it when you're experiencing it for the first time. Because for those of you that don't know me, my name is Carly, I'm 22 years old, and I have had Tourette syndrome my whole life, but I was diagnosed when I was 12. So I think I have some merit in what I'm saying here. I've lived with tics for a very long time, and we're just gonna tell you guys how the heck to deal with these. Okay, so now we've got the basics out of the way, meaning what is a tic. Now we're gonna talk about first things first. Let me just say, it is 100,000,000,000% okay to be scared or confused or even terrified when you first start experiencing tics. It may feel like a complete lack of control, or that you're not really ruling your own body, you're not the controller of your own body. But just know that, as I said, these tics are involuntary, which means regardless of what's happening, they are not your fault. And you will have to end up doing these tics to satisfy your urges. These premonitory urges, we call them, is the feeling you get, that build up before the tic comes. And it's just so important to, from the very beginning, not be afraid to tic, even though it can be scary as heck. Another thing to know right at the beginning is that 1 in 100 people actually experience tics at some point in their lifetime. So it's actually a lot more common than you think, which means you are not alone. You are not alone. There are so many people going through what you're going through, and I was one of them. I'm still going through it, and we are just one big happy tic family. So it is 100% normal to be scared and confused and nervous when you first start experiencing tics, and it's gonna take a little while to get used to them. But there are some key things you need to do when first experiencing tics. Number 1, stay calm. This one is really tricky, but it's important to try your best to stay calm and to not freak out when you start experiencing tics for the first time. The reason behind this, guys, is that anxiety, worry, stress, nerves, these are actually all big triggers with people with tics. And so by being worried or nervous, these tics are actually going to be more prominent and more extreme. So trust me, I know it is absolutely terrifying when your body is doing things you don't want to be doing, but I want you to try your best to stay calm, use grounding techniques, do some deep breathing, and just make sure that you're not in your head and you're not worrying and being like, oh my gosh, this is the worst thing ever. I understand it's terrifying, but try your best to just stay as calm as possible and not make it into a huge ordeal. All of these ideas, so deep breathing, grounding techniques, using fidget or stim toys, all of these techniques can be really beneficial when first starting with tics, and these are honestly really going to help you stay grounded and lessen the tics at the beginning. It's also so important to not jump to conclusions when you first start experiencing tics, because not all tics are permanent, meaning they might not last forever. And two, not all tics are caused by Tourette syndrome. So if you're experiencing tics and you're like, oh my gosh, this is the end, just don't jump to conclusions right away. The next point, number 2, is to not assume. Don't assume things about your tics. For example, when you first start experiencing tics, don't assume you're faking. Don't assume the tics are 100% there to stay. Don't assume right away, oh, this is Tourette's, this is what I have. Like, kind of ease your way into it. It's important to take things super slowly because your body is going through a huge change, and make sure to be gentle with yourself and your mind because it can be scary, as I said, and it's important to note that tics are different for literally every single different individual dealing with them. No two people with tics will have the exact same tics. For example, some people's tics are caused by Tourette's, it is true, like mine. Some people's tics are caused by anxiety. There are anxious tics and nervous tics. There are also a few varieties of tic disorders that aren't Tourette syndrome, and there is also tics that can develop after trauma, and even more varieties. So don't assume right away that you have a certain thing and you're stuck in some label in a box. No. Literally everyone will have different tic journeys, so don't assume anything right off the bat. Try to go into it with an open mind. I know, like I said, it is terrifying, trust me. The day I woke up and started blinking rapidly and hard and not knowing why, I was like, Carly, you good? I was so scared, and it lasted, I mean, it's lasted over 10 years, so that's my case, but it's gonna be different for every single person out there. The next important tip, number 3, is to reach out. It is so unbelievably important for people who first start experiencing tics to reach out and talk about it. Don't feel like you have to hide your tics around everyone or not talk about it, because that will leave you feeling so isolated and alone, and that's just gonna lead to maybe even depression and just sadness and isolation and just negative emotions. So please, when you're first experiencing tics, reach out to a friend, a parent, a coworker, a trusted adult, a family member, a teacher, a counselor, whoever you feel comfortable with and who you know you can trust. And okay, hear me out. People might react poorly initially, and although it sucks, this is kind of a normal way that people react because there is such a negative stigma surrounding tics and Tourette's in the world. So even if they react poorly initially, just know it's not your fault. They're not mad at you. It's literally the stigma that has caused all of this negativity around it. So just keep at it. Find other people if the first people don't really listen. Just find someone you can trust and talk about it. Someone who you can rely on, because honestly, you are gonna need support. I'm not gonna lie, it's not easy to live with tics, so try your best to find your tribe at the beginning. Okay, tip number 4, do not suppress. This tip is crucial. When you first start experiencing tics, you might feel embarrassed and scared to show them and let them out, but the best advice I can give here is to not listen to your doubts and to let out your tics, because oh my gosh, suppression will lead to horrors. By holding in these tics, you are building up all of this tension in your body, and there's stress and anxiety and just worry, and it's literally a vicious cycle of more tics developing. And if you hold them in for very long, it can actually lead to severe bouts of tics called tic attacks, and dang, you guys don't want to experience those. So when you first start experiencing tics, please try your best to not suppress all the time. Let out your tics when you're in a safe space to do so, because I promise you it will prevent you from distress later. Don't feel like you have to hide your tics, because, for example, if they are going to be around for a while, it's important for people to get used to them and the real you, because people need to get acquainted with the tic version of you, and you need to be true to yourself. My next point, number 5, is please be gentle with yourself. Having tics for the first time is literally so challenging. People can accuse you of faking, of being some attention seeker, or being dramatic, and it's so important to know that you know you best. You know yourself better than anyone. And you clearly know if you're watching this video that you're not faking. So please don't let the negatives and the rumors get to you. Honestly, people can be quite mean, so you're gonna have to grow a thick skin, but just always know that you're valid. You are real and you are worthy. Be gentle with yourself and don't let the haters get to you. Treat yourself kindly because tics are hard enough to deal with as it is. My second last tip is to join a community. This goes back to the topic of finding your tribe or finding people you can talk to. You might feel really alone when you first start developing tics because you might not know anyone in your personal life with tics. And that's totally normal. What's helped me the most with my tic journey is to find an online community where you can talk to other tickers, because sharing and comparing stories makes you feel so much less alone. And it's just made me accept myself so much more. So speaking of that, I have an Instagram account at TiccingClock. You can follow me there and reach out to me in my DMs. They're always open there. And I also have a Discord server under the name Ticking Together, and I will link that in the description down below. And it is basically a friendly community of people with tics and Tourette's and just any neurological disorder or mental illness, or just anything you want to talk about there, you can talk about it there and you're safe there. And if you find that community at the beginning, I promise you it's going to be easier. You're going to have more support and more people to compare and rely on. My final tip is to live authentically. With or without tics, it is so important to be true to yourself. Live authentically, be real, and be yourself. Don't let anyone tell you who you should or shouldn't be. Don't let anyone tell you who you should or shouldn't be. Because at the end of the day, it is up to you. It is up to you. Please know that it is okay to tic in public. It's okay to talk about tics. It's okay to not suppress. It's okay to tell your parents. It's okay to tell your friends. It's okay to acknowledge your tics. It is okay to be unapologetically you. So please, I ask, don't feel like you have to hide this part of you, because the people in your life who truly matter will not mind your tics, and they will accept you for who you are. And they're gonna love you and accept you fully and wholeheartedly, and these are the people who matter. Just know that you, my fellow ticker, are so valid, you are so worthy, you are so important, you are so loved, and you are gonna get through this. I mean, regardless of what your tic journey is going to be, you are gonna be okay, I promise you. It's gonna be difficult, but if you follow some of these tips and if you just learn to live authentically, I promise you it will be okay and things do get better. Always, always, always remember that you are so valid, and your tics, while they are a part of you, they will never define you. So that is it. Those are my tips for people who have just started experiencing tics, who are recently new to the world of Tourette's, or just who want to kind of learn how to deal with tics, because like I said, it can be a doozy, it can be hard. But I promise you, if you follow this little bit of advice, it will be easier. And I wish that I would have followed this advice when I was first experiencing tics, because oh my gosh, it has been a difficult journey, and just know that I'm here for you guys, okay? And try your best not to be scared. I know it's hard feeling like there's a complete lack of control over your body, but just try your best to know that you have control in other aspects of your life, and you're not a lost cause, you are not broken, you are worth it. So, with all that being said, if you enjoyed this video, I would be so appreciative if you would subscribe to my channel, because the goal of this channel here is to break the stigma surrounding Tourette syndrome and tic disorders, and to let you guys know the real and raw truth about it. So as someone who's lived with Tourette syndrome for over 10 years, I just think I want to spread knowledge and awareness. So if you like this video, please give it a thumbs up, because I want to get the word out there. If you are someone who has recently developed tics, or you know someone who has recently developed tics, please share this video, because it's so important to spread awareness and education. People need to know this stuff. If you also want, please leave a comment down below saying hi, telling me what you want to see in future videos, or letting me know when you first developed tics and how it's been for you. Again, if you ever want to talk to me, my Discord server is always open and my DMs on Instagram are always open. As always, guys, we are learning together, we're laughing together, and we're ticking together. Have a wonderful evening, and trust me, guys, you got this.